Victor, and here with a new product review and first look to the Disciples of Tzeentch, the last Chaos Battle Tome, and we are now in the 31st of Jan of 2017. So this was recently launched by Games Workshop. It's a Warhammer Age of Sigmar Chaos Battle Tome and it's called Disciples of Tzeentch. So let's make a look what we can find inside, and let's look what you can see, what you can have from this book. So as usual, we have this counter cover that is in tones of grays, blacks, where we have all these horrors eating someone. Here it looks like a Stormcast now being killed by horrors. Also here we have another Stormcast. Also I like always this thing there. Then we start with the introduction, and we have here the content. So on this first part is mainly the fluff, the chronology, a little bit introduction about Tzeentch. Then we will have all the different units, the fluff about the units. We will find the showcase here, and then we have the rules, and the rules will be split in three big parts. It's the general rules of the faction, the War Scrolls battalions, and the War Scrolls. So let's make a look. Of course, we start with Tzeentch Mighty as well. I want to show you the artwork. There is I like, because you can find different styles of artwork. From this, that is like a very well defined, very bright colors, and quite epic, but not too much miniatures. It's more like hero against hero with some. We see here some background. Here we have this type of artwork. Again here, this type of more magic. Then we have this. I find them super epic artwork, where we have the new look for the Lords of Tzeentch. I think they really improved the look of the Lord of Tzeentch. Here we have the little guy from the Silver Tower. Then we have all these more schematic and more. I really liked all these that like fluff. I didn't, as usual, I didn't have time to read. I just received this book today, but you can see here all this nice. I really like these parts here that they try to simulate like an old book, where we have the different symbols of Tzeentch. Again, another big epic battle here, where we see the Ovoid Thaumaturg, and it looks like it's going to kill. I don't know if it's a prosecutor or a Venator or something like that. Okay, and then if you see, we have here another of the familiars from the Silver Tower, and here another of the familiars from the Silver Tower. So really interesting. I really enjoy. I think the look is awesome. Also, we have the typical schematics to have more ideas about the painting job. So you see here there is much more ideas of how we can paint them. These are the most traditional ones, but then we have something more extreme, like this pink with purple with green. Yeah, this more pinkish. So really you have here different choices and color schemes where you can choose from. The typical chronology that we find in all the books, and then we go to the Servants of Change, where we have the explanation of the different units, starting for the most important one, the Lord of Tzeentch, Heralds of Tzeentch, the Flamers and Screamers. I really like this artwork, like more like a comic looking, horror comic looking, I will say, where we have the horrors. And then we have the Zangors and the Ovoid Thaumaturgs, and well, inside of the Zangors we'll have more explanation. So this is the Zangor Shamans, and then we have the Gaunt Summoners, the Magisters, the Fates Masters, Corslings. So really, now we have the Zangor and the Kyric Acolytes, and yeah, and we finish there. And then they go to the what is called the Armies of Unreason, okay? And it's the showcase of the painting jobs. And I have to say, you have to spend time looking at these painting jobs. They are awesome. As well, the heavy metal is incredible, nice. And it really, I really love to spend time looking at these pictures and how It's a great source of inspiration for any person like this hobby and like to paint miniatures. So really, I really love what you can find on all these pages. And then, sorry, I skipped. This is the finish. Then we go to the Tides of Change. I put it like that because there is some light reflections. It's quite satinated, and when you count the light is impacting, you have this type of reflections. So we have the Tides of Change, and then we start first with the overall rules, where we have the Alliance abilities. Really a new ability that looks quite strong. I was reading what is called the Masters of Destiny. Basically what you do is you roll 9 dice at the beginning of the battle. You keep these dice aside, like you do in Silver Tower. It's the same rule of the same principle in Silver Tower, but here you roll 9, and then you can exchange these dice for any roll that you want. So imagine that you need a 6, and you have a 6 on the pool. You pull the 6, and you don't have to roll. You have the 6. And it's good because it can be used for casting, unbinding, run, charge, hit, wound, save, damage, and battle shock. So this means that for battle shock you want low dice. So even the low dice on the pool are useful. So interesting, this part. Okay. The only thing is that you have to decide before rolling. So you cannot decide after rolling. It's not substituting the rolling. So you say, I need a 7, and maybe you take a 4 and you roll the other dice to see if with the second dice you roll the 7 that you need. Then we have also the command traits for the Arcanites, Demons, and Mortals, and all depends on who is your lord, so you can choose from there. We have the Artifacts of Power, that these are for the Arcanite heroes and the Mortal heroes, and then we have the Demonic Gifts that are for Tzeentch, it's for the demons. So okay, we have the Treasures of the Cults and the Fated Artifacts, and then we have the Demonic Weapons and the Demonic Powers. We have then all the Arcanites and Mortal Wizards can take a power from this list, and as well all the Demons of Tzeentch can take a power from the list that we have here. Okay, so we have more additional powers. It's curious that now one thing that has changed versus previous books is now we have here the battle plans, and the battle plans on the part of the rules, but there is not fluff now in the battle plans. They just put the battle plans here, and there is 2 the case, and then we have the Path of Glory, and so we have the rules to use Tzeentch in Path of Glory. So really I see that the Path of Glory is a thing that they would like to push a little bit more. Although I need to look, because it looks quite difficult to play for me. Difficult to play, I mean, you need a lot of miniatures if you really follow the rules that you have here on the Path of Glory. Because most of the times, imagine that if you take a lot of Tzeentch, plus 3 units is not too much, but if you take the Fate Master, you need 5 units, and if you take random, I need to check, because if you roll 5 times on Chaotic Acolyte, you will need 50 of them. And, okay, there's an explanation. So I need to really look again and read very well the Path of Glory. It doesn't look too appealing to me so far, as it is. Then we have the Follower Rewards tables, the Champion Reward tables, and we have the Patronage. And then we go to the War Scrolls, and they start with the War Scrolls battalions, and we have different, for here we have first the Demons, then we have again more for Demons, the Change Host, and we have different sizes of this. And then we have the Fate Twisters, and we have the Omniscient Oracles. So this means that we have here Chaos Faith Weaver and Feelers of Tzeentch. And then we have the Eternal Conflagration. These are more big. Normally we have the War Scrolls, and then we have these things that looks like a mini army, or big army can be as well. And then we have the Arcanite Cult, the Arcanite Cabal, the Alter King Coven, and the Witchfire Coven. So we have different battle scrolls, and again we have the Cult of the Transient Form and the Pyrophane Cult. And from that we go to the units that are in this book. So we have the Lord of Tzeentch and the Chaos Faith Weaver. We have the Herald of Tzeentch and the Herald on Burning Chariot on disc. The Changeling and the Herald of Change foot. The Blue Scribes and the Screamers of Tzeentch. The Burning Chariot, the Exalted Flamer. So we have all the demons, basically. Pink, blue, and brimstone horrors. Then we go to the mortals, where they start with the Zango Shaman, and then we have this Gown Summoner Shaman, and we have then different guys, and we have the Void, the Magister, and then we have the Zangors, and the Zangors are Arcanites. I don't know if all of them, these guys are Arcanites. All these are Arcanite guys. So the mortals have to be taken from the mortals have to be taken. The better mortals have to be taken from the. I guess from the Tzeentch book, because of course you can use also the Tzeentch from the Chaos book. That here are not all the units of Tzeentch. We have, I think, some more, if I'm not wrong, on the Tzeentch mortals. I need to double check this, to be fair. Now we have the rules as usual, and at the end we have points. So now that these books are coming with the points. It's the first book that is not the general handbook where we have the points. And we have the points here for all the demons. We have the Slaves of Darkness, and the only one is the Chaos Spawn. And then we have the Tzeentch Arcanite units. And this is what you find in this book. And then again, I really like this type of artwork. So this is what you find in the Disciples of Tzeentch book. I think it's a really nice book. It's not too expensive. I think the cost is much lower than what we used to pay for. And yeah, and I really enjoy this book. And as I have some Tzeentch demons, maybe I can use this book in future in some of my games. That's all for now. This is what I want to share in this video. Just fast review and share with you what you can find in the book Disciples of Tzeentch. I hope you find this interesting. Please let me know if there is something that you want to see more detail. I don't have any issue or any problem in making a more detailed video of some parts of this book. That's all for now. As usual, leave the comments below. Let me know if you like it or not. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.